Good morning. How are you? It's Friday. Friday. Everybody loves a good Friday. Everybody loves a good Friday. How are you doing? It's so good to see you. Kirsten Liebelt in on the show. The show. Is that what we call it? Is this a show? I don't know what it is. It's a thingamajig. We do a thingamajig. So every Monday through Friday, at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, we go live. We collectively go live together and we talk about insulin resistance and how it is affecting pretty much every system in your body. You get away from it, but it is to empower you to be able to take back your life and, you know what, not think that you're the only one questioning things in your world. So I'm just telling you, I spent a lot of years wondering why things didn't make sense. And now I feel like I have a finger on why things didn't make sense. So, okay, business up front. If you're on the replay, let me know you're on the replay and where you are coming in from. I would love to know that. It's always so enjoyable to find that out. If you're on YouTube, I'm just putting stuff up over there right now. But subscribe because I throw these up on YouTube all the time. You know what? And if you want to get in on where all the testimonies are or where all the goodness is, there are a bunch of testimonies of the trio or the 3 supplements that help with insulin sensitivity. Oodles of testimonies on the top of my Instagram page, pink highlight bubble. There is a group that is Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. It's like we do a free 5-day challenge every single month. We're doing our 18th one starting this Monday. This Monday, we're doing our 18th one. Don't miss out on that. It's a way for you to get encouraged, resourced with ingredient trade outs and recipe. And I do a pantry and a fridge reveal. I clean out my fridge once a month for you guys. It's a thing. So anyway, happy Friday. You know what? Isn't that interesting? It comes up as Facebook user now. I wonder why that is. StreamYard's being weird. So strange. So who are you, Facebook user? Because I'm sure that I know who it is. And it's just being glitchy today. How bizarre is that? I haven't seen that literally ever. Okay. So that is what's going on. And then the last announcement is this. We've been going through the book Self-Sabotage No More on Monday nights. And this Monday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we'll do it again. So this is the Monday schedule, if you care. 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be right here on all my socials. 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'll be in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, because the challenge is starting on Monday. 8 p.m. Carol, good to see you. Isn't that weird? So strange. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to do a session, about a half an hour of Self-Sabotage No More. But please put this in your phone right now if you care at all. And, not everybody has to care. The author of the book, Self-Sabotage No More, Jenny Potter, is going to come into our group on Monday, the 25th of November, and have a session with us. This is a really, really, really big deal. If you want to get yourself fully resourced in life, I tell you guys this all the time. Here, I'll move this. This is easy. This and this, your heart can be harder because we have emotional connections to food. Learning a routine, how to supplement and to take the trio and to do that, that's not hard. But we sabotage ourselves a lot. And I mention that because there are so many people that reach out to me and say, I've been watching you forever and I just have been putting it off, or I've basically been sabotaging myself from pulling the trigger, from moving forward because maybe I didn't think I could do it, or maybe, whatever. I didn't believe enough in myself to do it. Listen, poster child of not believing in myself. So having Jenny Potter come into the group, you guys, is a really, really huge opportunity. And then she has a book called Stuck No More. That's brand new, it just hot off the press. The pages are still drying. And you're going to want to know about that too. Easy reads that can actually really shift you in ways that you need to be shifted. So, okay. Good to see you. Penny, good morning. Thank you for all of the likes. I appreciate you so much on TikTok. I appreciate you. And I have a whole universe going on behind me. I don't know if you can see. These are all like bundle packages that are getting ready for a local event tomorrow here in the cities, the Twin Cities of Minnesota. If you're a Minnesota person, please reach out to me. I would love to like have you stop by. And so we're going to be like, for instance, the whole gut primer that I talk about all the time, and a probiotic, like things already bundled up. There's a gift with purchase for that one, by the way. Okay, so on Facebook, you guys, I cannot see your names, and I don't know why I can't today. So I can see that Carol is in the house. And let's see. So good morning. My daughter was admitted to the hospital with kidney infection and stones, also has diabetes. Tell me who you are because I can't see your name. I'm so sorry. Well, then this is very timely, isn't it? Okay, it's Brenda, because you said, Brenda, you're so sorry. Praying for complete healing. Wow. Good morning. Happy birthday to you. 69 years young. Okay, you got to tell me your name now. You have to start out with your name on Facebook. Say, this is, because I want to know who you are. I can't believe there's glitching going on today. You're just going to be anonymous today, Carol says. I know everybody is Facebook user, Facebook user, Facebook user. How bizarre is that, you guys? Okay, crazy. All right, well, we are going to talk about kidney stones today. And so, like, for real, thank you for sharing, Penny. You're amazing. You're making my day so bright and sunshiny. It's the way of the world on TikTok. You have to like tap, 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 and share and do all sorts of, you kind of got to dance a little bit. You got to do stuff so that you can get it out to the people, and just is what it is. Joanne. Oh, wow. Good to see you. Yeah, I know it's weird. This is Carol, but I can see that it was Brenda. I know. So you guys can see each other. Very strange. Good to see Joanne. So Joanne, are you 69 years young today? Because that's fantastic. Happy birthday if that is you. That is so good. Happy, happy birthday. I will have my birthday next month. So no, January. It's coming up fast. Magda, good to see you, Magda. Very, very good. Okay, let's get into the meat of our conversation today just a little bit. So, you know, I do talk about how things are just connected, and just always remember, you know what? I'm not a doctor. I'm just a geek. Does that help anybody out? The gut primer is going down better still. Lisa, I understand. I know. I don't like tea, but other people like tea. So I get it. But you said after 4 days of the gut primer, bloating is gone, and you like are amazed. So I'm so excited about that. I'm so excited. 70 in February. Hello, here we go. Listen, we're on. Oh, thank you. Woohoo! We are partying on TikTok. I love you guys. Thank you, Penny. Starla, welcome. You guys are so good. So good. Okay. You know, I talk about all the time that you know, I like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm just a geek, and I just like to research. And so, like, I feel like we collectively are able to kind of research together, because we've had so much information kept from us, and this is just freaking ridiculous. Like, and what I mean by that is, it's not because it doesn't exist. It's because it's not coming from the provider, which is, we kind of choose them as our main source of information. We actually don't. They kind of poo-poo you and look down on you. Oh, you were looking that up on WebMD. Like, are you a doctor now? I mean, it's ridiculous. And sometimes we're treated that way. And the truth is that we absolutely must become our own advocate and do our own research. And it can be super simple. So as I just kind of look things up, and I feel like I take a lot of the questions that you guys bring to me, and then I turn them into content so that we can kind of find out this stuff together. And this is such a really helpful conversation to be able to have all the time. Like, I want to give you permission. I want to give you permission to like be your own advocate and to take back your body, because then we can actually enjoy the years that we are living here on this earth. They are not promised to us. Tomorrow is never promised to us. So if today we feel like trash and we don't want to feel like trash, and insulin resistance is a big component of feeling like trash because it affects everything else, let's go. Let's take another step and another step and another step. Hello, glad to be here. Seeking you will find. That's awesome. That must be Carla. I can't see the names, by the way, so I don't know what's going on today, but I bet that's Carla. Happy birthday. Oh, Magda. So, okay. Magda, is it your birthday? That is awesome. You guys can see each other, talk to each other, and use each other's names because then I know. Happy birthday! That's fantastic. All right, so here we go with the kidney stone conversation. So insulin resistance affects the way that the body handles glucose. My computer's jumping. Hold on just a second. Wow, what is going on today? Super interesting. It won't stay where it needs to stay so I can read. Hold on. All right, we're going to talk amongst ourselves and I'm going to reload my page. Very strange. It literally, the cursor will not stay down. So, but insulin resistance can absolutely be a precursor to kidney stones. And again, because when your sugars are high and your insulin is high, this is just the be all end all of it's kind of like your systems on the inside are kind of like going like a surge, and your body is trying so hard to regulate itself. And what happens is in that trying a regulation, when it's not able to, then it basically just kind of shorts out a little bit. That's the best way that I can see that in my own head. Like that's the way that I can visualize that. Oh, that's so awesome, Magda. Happy birthday. Good for you. So insulin resistance affects the way that the body handles glucose, and it can alter various metabolic processes. One significant link is through the increased risk of metabolic syndrome, which is associated with higher levels of urinary calcium and uric acid. Both are risk factors for kidney stone formation. Specifically, insulin resistance may impair the kidneys. Now, obviously, there's a connection. We know that this is like my dad in his going down of health and function, and he died at 63 from type 2 diabetes. He was insulin dependent. He did all of the, giving him shots in the belly, did all of the things. He did all the things like the heart procedures and the heart attack and the quadruple bypass surgery and the dialysis. But at the end, it was kidney dialysis. Like that's where he was heading, right? So we know that there is a connection here. And I remember him having kidney stones. Specifically, insulin resistance may impair the kidney's ability to absorb calcium, leading to higher concentrations of calcium in the urine, which is a common cause of calcium oxalate stones. Additionally, insulin resistance is linked to changes in urinary pH, making the urine more acidic and creating an environment where uric acid stones are more likely to form. Overall, individuals with insulin resistance or metabolic syndrome are at a higher risk of developing kidney stones, so managing blood sugars and maintaining insulin sensitivity are important for kidney health. Okay, so I'm going to go through some of the symptoms. And for any one of you, like Lisa, she's loving the gut primer. Actually, 4 days in, and her bloating is gone. So she's super excited about that. But anybody who is doing the gut primer, this has alkaline spices in it. Did you hear where they were talking about the pH? Insulin resistance is linked to changes in urinary pH, making the urine more acidic and creating an environment where uric acid stones are more likely to form. Okay, so let's deal with the pH in our bodies. Okay, so alkaline spices are 1 of 6 blends. This is a primer. This is not a greens product. Okay, so it does many things. But here are some of your symptoms. Okay, you've had kidney stones, so this is so interesting. Very cool. I can't see your name, so if I don't call you by name, that's why. I'm not being like whatever. I'm telling you, craziness. How can we find out if we're actually insulin resistant? So that's a really good question. Insulin resistance is actually, insulin is a hormone. It's released by your pancreas, and you are probably insulin resistant for a very long time before it ever shows up as high glucose in your blood. So this is a very frustrating journey that many of you have been on. And I've talked to so many of you in my inbox about how your labs are fine, your sugars are fine. And then, oops, shoot, now you're pre-diabetic or you're type 2. Long before that ever shows up in your blood, you could have had a fasting insulin test. They don't do them very much. Insulin would need like a fasting insulin because insulin is a hormone. It's a different test. So in the meantime, we're just left to kind of figure it out on our own. So I love that question because it helps everybody. It helps the collective of everybody. So you might be, you eat and then you crash your energy. And by the way, this is why I do the challenge every single month in the group. The group is called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And I do it so that I can take a day and I can talk about insulin resistance and how it makes you feel so you can have a better understanding of why you are going through the things you're going through. I know that you want to know why you can't lose weight, which is insulin resistance. But if I can explain these pieces, this is so helpful. So you might be eating and then you crash in your energy. You're chasing carbs and sugar all the time. That's right. It's not because you're a loser that doesn't have willpower. It's not because you're just lame and weak and you're just like, you'll never change anything. All of those unkind things that we say to ourselves. No, it's literally a sign of insulin resistance because your cell is not getting energy, which is, I won't go into that right this minute, but it's not getting energy. So your body is craving energy. And fast energy are carbs. That's why. It's not because you're a loser. I'm just telling you. Because I know we feel like we're just, maybe we, I'm fat, I'm ugly, and I'll never get this figured out. Like, I'm so ashamed of my addiction to food is maybe how we feel. But the truth is that there are actual biological processes that are taking place inside of insulin resistance that have you chasing things. And you don't even know that it's a biological response to having high sugars, high insulin. Two different things. So forget about the sugar for a second, high insulin. You don't even know it, because nobody's talking about this. So chasing carbs and sugar, you might have skin tags or discoloration on your neck. You're exhausted, you have fatigue, you're waking up in the middle of the night because it's a hormone, so it messes you up. Let's see what else. Brain fog, gout, PCOS, fatty liver, type 2 diabetes, etc. That's a good nutshell of that question. So these would be symptoms now of kidney stones that are related to insulin resistance. Severe pain in the lower back or side. It can radiate to the abdomen and the groin. Painful urination. Pink, red, or brown urine. It may indicate blood in the urine. Nausea and vomiting. Frequent need to urinate. Cloudy or foul smelling urine. So you'll notice everything has to do with the urine. And we are wanting very much to shift that. And you can. Remember, your gut is your esophagus, your stomach, your intestines, and your colon. So from the very tippity top of your body to the very bottom of your body, everything that goes in and comes out, that's your full gut. That's why when I talk about like doing a gut primer, that's why it's so important. And having having just those alkaline spices is a big deal, but there are 5 other pieces to that. But anyway, the alkaline spices, very, very interesting. So the fallout of untreated kidney stones, recurring kidney stones lead to chronic pain, possible damage to the kidneys or the urinary tract, increased risk of kidney infection, blockage of urine flow, potentially causing kidney swelling. Long-term damage could contribute to reduced kidney function. And then they do talk about like pain management and different ways that you can deal with them, surgical procedures, medications, pain management. And naturally, they say stay hydrated, dietary adjustments, because we have to fix what got us into the pickle to begin with, right? This is what we do. But guess what? We get to still be foodies. I'm still a foodie. I thought I had to stop being a foodie. I'm Italian. I'm still a foodie. I still love the food that I make. I just do it differently. Again, it's why I do the challenge every month, because then I can do a pantry and a fridge reveal and I can get you to see what I have done in terms of trading out my pantry and fridge, that you can see that it's not so scary. You're making the same foods, you're just making them different. Managing your blood sugar. Hello. It's what we talk about all the time. You have to manage your blood sugar. Magnesium and potassium. We are so deficient in simple things, you guys. I love having that conversation because it takes away the mystique. Like this is like only a doctor can help you with certain things. And I'm not against providers, but this is not a terminal diagnosis, right? So magnesium, potassium. They actually say apple cider vinegar. It contains acetic acid, which may help break down stones. I had no idea. I've never done apple cider vinegar, so I don't know anything about that. But I do know that it actually does help, like with pH conversations. I believe. I could be wrong on that. I haven't studied it. And then supplements for insulin sensitivity. Shocker. I mean, it literally says supplements for insulin sensitivity. Consider supplements to support your metabolic health. So the first thing that I talk about is the trio. The 3 supplements that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. You guys, this is where I started a little over 10 years ago because I didn't think I could trade out my foods. It's the most honest conversation that I can have with you about really believing that as an Italian, like all of those attachments and connections, those emotional pieces to my world, I really was kind of like, yeah, that's pretty much not going to happen. And so I started with supplements first because I was scared enough to do it because my dad had died when I was 30 and here I am in my upper 40s. Now I'm in my upper 50s, but at the time I was in my upper 40s and I was really kind of being pushed by my mom to pay attention to my sugars and my symptoms. And so I did not tell anybody that I was scared to go to the doctor to find out the truth of what was going on. I just kept everything in my head. And so I would observe sores on my body because my dad's didn't heal. He always had sores on his legs. I would observe my bathroom habits or my drinking habits, water, because my dad was always, he had that dry mouth, that type 2 diabetes dry mouth, and he was always going to the bathroom, unnecessarily so. And I'm sure that also had to do with his kidneys declining because this is a cascade of issues that comes when insulin resistance is not taken care of. And so this whole cascade was, he literally got to the point where not only was his heart failing him and he ended up having heart surgery and pacemaker, but then his kidneys were failing. And then at the very end, also all the sores on his legs, meaning that circulation was not happening. My mom, I remember saying after he died, he was probably getting close to having something amputated on his foot. And I don't know if she meant a toe or the foot, or I just pretend it was only a toe. Like, I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I'm just saying, like, he was getting to that point, right? And he was only 63 years old when he died. 63. I'll be 60 in January. That's getting younger every day. Wow, he was young. Oh my gosh. That's how I feel. It's like 63. Are you freaking kidding me? He had a whole nother life to live. My mom was 65. She had just retired, loses her husband, and then she lives for another almost 30 years. 30 years. That's literally an entire lifetime after him. So he died way too young, lost out on complete life. And my grandchildren were 6, 3, and 6 months. Never got to know their Italian grandpa. This is like ridiculous, right? So, good morning. Oh, God. Okay, I can't see the names on Facebook, but I really like this person because she is saying, I think it's a she, usually is, I'm a blessing. Don't I know it? Don't I know I'm a blessing? Thank you. You're so sweet. I love you. Apple cider vinegar does work. Good to know. Good to know. So you have to tell me who you are that just told me that I was a blessing, because I'm going to bless you right back. Thank you. You're amazing. For whatever reason, StreamYard today has decided it's not going to show me names. So we're just playing the name game. Tanya Lee, thank you so much for all the likes. Anna is in the house. Wow, we are so party central today. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I really, really do appreciate you very, very much. It's Suzette. Oh, good morning, Suzette. You are a blessing too, Suzette. Seriously, you guys, I just love you guys. You make my day. So, in talking about this whole Italian conversation that I have had, I was talking in my stories this morning about holidays in general. And I was saying that this year for Thanksgiving, I don't like the Thanksgiving meal. I'm probably in the minority, but you have to just understand where I'm coming from. Thank you. I don't know who you are, but thank you. The compliments just keep coming. You're so sweet. So I'm Italian, right? So we never, ever, I never once, I don't think in my entire life had a Thanksgiving, a Christmas, an Easter, a 4th of July, a Memorial Day without pasta. Like pasta was, oh, thank you, Anna. You're so sweet. You're so sweet. It's just, you had turkey and pasta. You had ham and pasta. You had, prime rib and pasta. Like this was going to be normal. And so that connection that I had with, really being Italian and having a lot of emotional connections to food, etc. I remember one year for Thanksgiving. And so therefore I would rather, like, we're going to probably do brisket for Thanksgiving this year, because I don't like all of the Thanksgiving side dishes. Like they just don't, I've never been a big Thanksgiving person, whatever. It doesn't matter. So we're probably going to do brisket, and I will make potatoes for the family because I can make loaded potatoes that everybody loves, blah, blah, blah. I make them once a year. I don't even eat them, but I make them for them. So one year my mom decides that because my dad was 100% Italian, my mom, 100% Swedish. Okay. Just like let that ruminate a little bit in your mind. And when we were being raised, my dad would introduce us and he would say to people, these are my kids. They are my little suegos, because dago is apparently a derogatory term for Italians. I still to this day don't even know what it means or why it's called that. I always thought it was a term of endearment. Like we have a family member who owns a pub and they have the dago sandwich. So, I mean, I'm just like, this was not a big deal, right? But we would laugh, ha, 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 all this stuff. Well, my mom always took a little bit of like offense that we were so Italian. She's like, hello, you are half Swedish. We should really be like talking about the fact that you are half Swedish as well. So this is my mom. And we're like, no, like, because when we were little, my dad would say, tell me what you are. I mean, like, this was a big deal. Like my big fat Greek wedding, you guys, this was my family in Italian, because it was like, we were constantly quizzed about what we were. And the answer was, we're Italian. And then my mom would get so mad. So one year we have a Thanksgiving and she makes an entire Thanksgiving meal that is Swedish. I mean, down to the head cheese and the Swedish meatballs. She worked her tail off in that kitchen. My mom was a really good cook. But even I thought, prior to that, I thought that lefse, you guys are going to laugh at me, I thought lefse was Italian. Because I remember my dad owning Italian restaurants in Minneapolis. And for whatever reason, I have this memory in my head about how we were at the restaurant. And I don't know if somebody came in and maybe gave my dad homemade lefse or something like that. Or maybe my mom brought it and gave it to somebody. But it was the transaction happened in my dad's Italian restaurant. So in my head, I was connecting lefse to being an Italian food. So she makes this Swedish Thanksgiving. And I'm like, well, why do we have lefse here? And she's like, because it's Swedish or it's, Scandinavian. And we're like, oh, okay. We were so lame, you guys. We kind of all sat around that table and went, we just didn't eat a lot. We kind of picked at it. And my poor mom, because there's no comparison to Italian food. There's just no comparison. So that's my story about Thanksgiving and why we're going to do brisket. Oh, Latina friends do turkey and tamales. Well, see, now that's a whole nother conversation. That sounds amazing. No, the sides, typical, like, green bean casserole, creamed corn. I mean, everything is so like out of a can or just kind of carbohydrate ridden and, that kind of stuff. That's, the way that goes. Can you tell us what supplements you started your journey with? I can, Angel. So basically, the trio is what I talk about. They are 3 supplements that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. And since you're on Instagram, this is going to be super easy for you to just look at the testimonies. I'm trying to find a way to get a ton of them like on a site for everybody because there's a lot. There's a lot. Like, you don't have to take my word for it. You can literally just go look at everybody else who's been having results. Sugars coming down, insulin coming down, weight coming down, getting off of meds, food noise, quieting the food noise. This is a big one. And these are a lot of things that happen with the injection, FYI. But what the injection does is it is knocking on the door of your pancreas. This is helping you with a cellular level. Okay. So instead of doing like an injection, that can be very expensive, and I get really concerned about muscle loss. I get very, very concerned about this because we might be really excited that we're a different size right now, but my mother had dementia, and the number one thing that she needed as she grew older was muscle. We can't afford to be losing our muscle. Thank you guys so much for the likes on Instagram or on TikTok. You're amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. So this one, and you can just reach out to me in my DMs and I'll get you a cart with all 3 in here. Anybody that wants anything to do with the trio, you want the trio, I'll get you a cart with the trio in it. You just reach out to me in my messenger, in my inbox on Instagram. If you want the gut primer protocol, the gut reset protocol, a primer and a probiotic, ask for the gut reset. If you want both, ask for both. One you take 3 times a day, and this helps you with your insulin and your sugars, your food cravings, your appetite, and your sugar cravings. This one is actually helping your liver to function at a higher level. The reason why this isn't like, this is different than somebody who says, we have a magic pill that does something different than anything else. This is literally just opening up the engine of the hood of your car and getting your engine to function. Come on, function, come on. Your liver metabolizes your fat. You kind of want to know that. Kind of want help with that. It helps to regulate your glucose in your blood and your hormones, which is your insulin is a hormone. You need to get it functioning. This helps with liver health also, FYI. Then this one right here, so that one's twice a day. And then this little one right there, that's twice a day. That is actually for your visceral fat and your metabolism. And so that's where I started. I did not know what I was doing. I didn't do it because I was smart. I didn't do it because I knew anything that I know now when I talk to you guys, because I became over time a geek about this, because I was really taken aback. I kept thinking this can't be true, because I was definitely, you guys are probably the same age as me. I was raised to believe that, whatever the doctor says goes, right? Like, they have the answers. You just listen to what they say. They weren't God, but they were close to God. And so how could it possibly be that my dad, who had this lazy Susan full of medication, went downhill and things weren't matching with like what I was just told everything was genetic, and then I find out it's not true. And I'm like, what's going on? And so that's where I started a little over 10 years ago. And when you get your insulin and your sugars to come down, you can finally lose weight. So guess what? These have fully supported me in losing 3 sizes now in my 50s after my cycle stopped. So I didn't just start these last week. I'm not on a magic pill bandwagon or anything like that. This is something that has literally changed the way that my body functions from the inside out. And that has just shifted so much for me. But I will say that some of you are definitely finding out that if you have any nutrient deficiencies, which this does address because you are deficient in certain trace minerals, that's why that's helping. If you know that you have leaky gut, if you know that you have nutritional deficiencies going on in your gut and something's not right and you need to get your gut fixed, you might want to consider getting your gut fixed first and then adding in the trio. And I'm telling you that because when you do something like this, which is a primer, you are changing the ability to absorb your nutrients. So if you just drink a greens product, nothing wrong with that. I have an organic greens product right over there on my counter. That's great. That's a nutritional conversation. A primer conversation is prebiotic, postbiotic, alkaline spices, fermented greens, fiber from the extracts of fruits and vegetables, and digestive enzymes. Like, this is a comprehensive conversation. So there are some of you that are actually coming back to me and you're choosing to start with the gut reset protocol, which is a primer. This is a 30-day supply, and then a probiotic. And I have 2 probiotic choices. If you know that you have a lot of stress, you've shot your adrenals, maybe you've overdone them, cortisol is high, you don't sleep well at night, which is a really big key of then your insulin resistance and your cortisol is up the next day, you're going to want to choose the stress probiotic. It's a pill, very specific to help you with your mind and your stress conversation that's going on in your body. The other probiotic is a 5-strain with a prebiotic, and you just put it on your tongue. It's a powder, and I do that one. So I'm just telling you, like, some of you are choosing to go this route first, and then you're adding in the trio so that the absorption is there, not just from the food that you're eating, because that's why we're deficient, because insulin resistance leads to leaky gut, but also the supplements that you're taking, because you don't want to just flush down the toilet, literally, the supplements that you're taking if your gut isn't aligned. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, hold on. You do mashed cauliflower and pork rind stuffing. I would like to know about that pork rind stuffing. You need a video of that. Oh, Anna, you're so cute. You'll work on that. You have to find a recipe for the stuffing. Okay, that sounds great. Man, that sounds like fun. I would like to know about that because I do a lot of pork rind for like to bread my chicken wings. And then you can make a meatloaf and you can do all sorts of stuff with that. And I've been looking at the carnivore bread and I haven't done it yet, which is like eggs, pork rinds. I think they do cottage cheese. I haven't tried it yet. So anyway, you make lefse every year and kroomkak. Ah, so good. I know. I just don't eat it, but I love that stuff. Your doctor just told me to start strength training for muscle mass because we naturally lose it as we age, and it helps with stability. 100%. 100%. So my new year for myself actually happens in September. And the reason why is because it's my business fiscal year. So as I'm projecting out for this next year of where I want to go in business, this online business, etc., I think about how I want my year to go. So my new year is not January, it's right now. And one of my goals for this year is to really, really hone in on strength training because as I'm turning 60, like your longevity, this is really interesting. So in December, we have an expert coming here to the cities from my company to talk about like the whole gut reset protocol, to talk about longevity, to talk about because I love my line so much. I love it so much. Sourced from organic farms, third-party tested, like the results show up. Somebody might try a turmeric from a mart and it doesn't work for them, but then they try mine and they're like, OMG. It's because there's scientists behind it. There's actual results behind it, right? So I get really, really passionate and excited. So this expert's going to come in and talk to us about things. But when we heard him speak in June, out because we were in Michigan at headquarters. He actually talked about how your longevity can actually be based by the strength of your legs. Like however strong your legs are will actually determine longevity markers. That is fascinating. And I think we have to really take that seriously. And that is true in the life of like my mother, taking care of my mom with my sister. So she lived with my sister for a couple of years and then she came and lived with me. And we, even inside of her dementia, we'd say, okay, mom, we got to keep your legs strong. We got to keep it because she didn't want to walk. She's tired. Her brain, it was hard. It's hard when you have dementia to get your brain to tell your body what to do. You're like, I just want to lay in bed and nap. But we're like, mom, we have to do some walking, okay? Because as long as you can walk, you can live with me. But when you can't walk anymore, you have to go somewhere else, okay? So let's work on your legs. Let's get your legs strong. Let's, and she had enough to, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like it would keep her going just a little bit because she knew she did want to live with us, right? Like inside of her dementia. But that is really the key because once you can't walk, you are dead weight. And then you do need lifts and you need many people to take care of you. So don't we all want strong legs? Don't we all want muscle? Do not sacrifice your muscle today for weight loss. Please don't do that. You don't have to do that. Go and look at the testimonies on my Instagram page. Take the time. My name is Kirsten Liebelt. It's Kirsten Liebelt on Instagram. There's a pink highlight bubble at the top, and it's testimony, 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 testimony of people like having many similar results, losing the weight, food noise quieting, appetite under control. Like there is a natural conversation without the side effects. Without the side effects. Because people are not happy with constipation, nausea, vomiting, paralyzed stomach. Like things have consequences. And every time you take a prescription drug, you create another nutritional deficiency in your body. And you do not have an O deficiency. You don't have a W deficiency or an M deficiency. You don't. I'm not saying that nobody can use these. And I'm not even saying that there's not a place. We've just created a culture now where it is a thought process that, you know what, we can just get there faster if we, whatever, but we could be sacrificing our muscle. Don't do it. From 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, you will thank yourself for going a different route. You will thank yourself for putting in a little bit more effort internally, like in your heart. I don't want to touch my microphone. In your heart, to give yourself permission to go on a healing journey, to actually figure it out. If I can teach you how to fish, man, I've done my job. If I can teach you how to be, okay, this isn't so hard. We'll get you in a routine. Let's get you going. But then I'm going to teach you ingredient trade outs and recipe. And I'm going to tell you, stop being so unkind to yourself. And I'm going to tell you to stop requiring your body to do everything so freaking fast just because we live in a fast-paced society. Stop it. Give yourself permission to actually heal and to turn things around. And there are a lot of those testimonies, they are quick and fast. And I know not everybody's like that, but it's encouraging nonetheless. Oh, Tanya, thank you. When you find it, you'll post it on the Facebook page. That's fantastic. I like that. Your sister does the cottage cheese bread and loves it. It's really good. Oh, good to know. Your doctor, yep. Okay, saw that. So I just want you guys to think about where you can go. Like you can start right now and not give up for the holidays. Does that even dawn on you that you do not have to it's hard to think that you are that way at times. I know. It is hard to think that way, to give yourself permission for the journey, to have grace, to be kind. People wear shirts, be kind, love people better. How about you be kind to, yes, I agree with that 100%, but maybe the shirt should say, be kind to yourself. Like, you have to be kind to yourself and your mind. You cannot heal a body that is in shame. You cannot shame your way to healing. You cannot shame your way. You can't put yourself down hard enough. You're such a loser. It's never worked for you before. It'll never happen for you. You have no willpower. Like, you're always going to be fat and ugly. You think you're going to heal? It's not going to happen. You're just going to stay in that cycle. That's going to be the track in your head. What has that served you then? It hasn't. You have to be kind to yourself. You have to recognize that you have been marketed to and you have been lied to. You've been lied to for decades. It started when you were in elementary school and they taught you a food pyramid that was trash. I mean, we just have to know what it is. That it is what it is, and we just move on. But now we make better decisions. And your November and December can be completely different. I never am going to say that life is just going to now be perfect. But what if you took the holiday season and you actually tried a few tips and tricks? A few tips and tricks for your social engagement, a few tips and tricks for a different recipe for Thanksgiving, a few tips and tricks about making sure that you're really stacking your protein, simmering down all those cravings, a few tips and tricks, like maybe you want to do the gut primer and you don't want to be constipated throughout the holidays. You want to actually figure out how to help your impacted waste move along so that you have less toxins. Maybe you want to be really diligent about, I'm actually going to do a supplement routine and I'm going to stick to it. Did you know that when I started taking these a little over 10 years ago, my idea of supplementation was ibuprofen? Never took supplements before other than ibuprofen and Metabolife, which was banned because of the ephedra. I was probably pretty consistent about that one though. Just telling you. But I'm just saying, like, you can be a non-supplementing, sugar addicted, undisciplined, non-granola person just like me. And you can begin to make shifts and changes. And then you hit January 1 in a completely different place than you did last year. You don't have to fear the holidays and just throw in the towel. Why even bother? You don't have to do that. Don't be all or nothing. That's not going to get you anywhere. Get 1% better every day. Just get 1% better every day. Just a tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit, tiny bit. And then let it add up and compound like your interest on your money. Let it just, come on, a little bit every day. Don't sabotage yourself. Don't sabotage. What do you do to release toxins? Renee, good to see you. You're welcome, Penny. You're welcome for the inspiration. Renee, so it's kind of like a liver conversation, isn't it? The toxins. So for me, I do, in the trio, as you know, Renee, because we talked about this, right? In the trio, there's the liver. Really good results from that. But also too, I really highly recommend the gut primer because this is helpful for your liver health, your oral health, your metabolism, your nutrient deficiencies, your this is a very comprehensive product. It's not just a greens product, but it will help your liver health. Okay. And then if you really want to help, like if you want to add in greens, I do have a greens product that's USDA certified organic and it's amazing. I mean, they are really good. But when my daughter had gallstones, we didn't have the primer back then. She did just the greens because you have to create bile. You have to create bile so that you can break everything down, etc. And so we have the stoppage, the holdback is our gut. And our gut is from everything from the esophagus all the way down to the bottom of our colon. So it's your esophagus, your stomach, your intestines, and your colon. That's what your gut is when we say gut health. Okay? It's not just your stomach right there. But the point being that when you do something comprehensively like a primer, you are able to affect the entirety of the gut. Okay? And then, like I said, to add in greens. And all of a sudden, what's happening is one of the benefits, you're moving that impacted waste through your system. We are all sitting around with tons of impacted waste and toxins in our system and it's keeping us like fatigued and foggy and just an overall kind of feeling like trash. We don't feel good. We're not moving things that you should be like eliminating on a regular basis. I mean, if you're eliminating after every meal, you're really moving things, right? But this whole idea that we don't eliminate, but maybe every couple of days, maybe we're using over-the-counter helpers for elimination. To me, that's like how you can get rid of the most toxins the fastest, is to get everything moving out of your body. Like, get out of here, get out of here. So that's what I would say. Post recipes on my Facebook group. Yes. One of your son's book he needed in college for a class. It was The Compound Effect. I love that book so much, you guys. You read some of it. That book is good. Some stuff in there they talk about is money, but it's also about how you think too. Very much so. They're using money because it is the compounding interest on your money that, but the principle is a little bit every day, a little bit every day, a little bit every day. And you're going from addition to multiplication. It's not just, it's the old adage. Which would you rather have? $1 million cash right now, or a penny doubled every day, a penny amount doubled every day for 30 days. And when you double, it's like over $5 million. But we don't think that way. So we are hard on ourselves and we give up, because why bother? You weren't able to go a full 30 days, you loser. I mean, that's what we do to ourselves. It's like, no, that's actually super bad advice. That's trash. Don't do that. Just get 1% better every day. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. And pretty soon it's like this. You miss a day of your supplements. Don't beat yourself up. Just go right back to it. Do you know how many people reach out to me and they go, oh, I fell off the wagon. Get back on. Let's go. Come on. It's okay. You're not a loser. Life happens. We get out of routines. 21 days makes a habit. I'm sorry. That's a lie. Stop believing that trash. That's a joke. No, it doesn't. It takes years to really trade out so that the connections aren't there anymore. So that the connections go away. So then why are you being so hard on yourself if on the 22nd day you fall off the wagon? Whatever. That's baloney. It's baloney. I don't like that. You love me. Deleting negative to fill with positive. Carla, I know that's you. I know that's you. Large muscles help with insulin resistance. Yep. You have to start moving. Yep. It's true. Your muscles will help you with glucose uptake. Very, very important. He's going for business management. That's really awesome. That's super cool. That is super cool. Very good. So if you need anything, you guys, let me know. This weekend is going to be amazing. And if you are in Minnesota, the mess behind me that you may or may not be able to see, I don't know. I've got like big crates, and we have all sorts of amazing like bundles and stuff that we're selling for. It's a product expo, but we really wanted to be able to do like, and I'll go live. If you are in the Facebook group, not the Ditch Insulin Resistance one, if you are in the Essential Nutrition one, and I don't know if you are or not, that's our business team group, we'll go live in there so that it can give you ideas of things to even give away or things for you to get for yourself. Most of us shop for ourselves at Christmas. That's the way that goes. We kind of like look for, things since we're out shopping, we fill in the need of all the things that we've been putting off or not taking the time to actually get. Can I share recipes? Oh, my video froze. See you later, Carla or Carol. Thank you for telling me. Can I share? Who's asking me about? Catch you later. See you later. Tell me who's asking about recipes. I would like to know. Which recipes? In the group Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. This is why I put this up here for you guys on TikTok, so that you can see my site. There's a Facebook blue button. When you click on that and you scroll up, there's a button. You can get into the group. And in there, that's where you can see a lot of the different recipes. So you could search inside of the group. Chocolate pudding. So good. high protein, keto lasagna, pumpkin roll, lemon blueberry bar, carnivore bagel. You can search all sorts of stuff inside of the group and you will be happy. That's what the nutrition fit. Oh, essential nutrition. Hello, Wendy. Good to see you. I'm literally trying to visualize this right now in my brain. Am I right? I think I'm right. Essential nutrition. It's a much smaller group, but we did do Christmas in July in there. And then I'll go live this Saturday, tomorrow, from the event. And just to show people stuff and give you ideas that you could package together yourself for people. Like, it's not just nutrition, because, like, for instance, we're going to do, I wish you lived in Minnesota. We're going to do a hand pampering experience. And so then I have products that go along with that. We're going to do a gua sha teaching, gua sha, where you are able to contour your face, but she's going to teach it. She's a cosmetologist. She's going to teach it on people's arms for them. And so we have it like bundled up really nicely like this. This is a gua sha, and this is a CBD facial oil, which is like freaking amazing. And it smells like lavender. So there are those types of fun things that people could actually, so you can gift things that are maybe a little different than you normally would. And especially if you're already my customer, then as you're ordering anyway, you could be giving something that's maybe unique and not just prepackaged from a store or something like that. But, you know, maybe it has a health component because that's important to you and you're sharing that with people, or maybe it has just a pampering component, etc. So that's what that is. You're welcome. Very, very good. In the event tomorrow, stop. Or will there be other things too? No, Lisa, it'll just be our line. So it'll be the home cleaning line, the makeup, the skincare, the skin nutrition. So just like they grow the botanicals for the supplements, they put it in the skincare too. And I love the skincare. I've used that for over 10 years. So it'll be all of those lines from, yeah, exactly. I know, really good Christmas ideas. So it's just kind of fun. And these were so easily put together. Anybody could recreate what we've done. Super easy to do that. And we just are giving a handful of ideas out. And then it's cocoa and shopping. So we're going to drink cocoa. And then people can just have some treats. And I'm going to make my keto, well, they're not mine. I didn't do the recipe. Keto, thank you for all the hearts, you guys. You guys are like making my life so amazing right now on TikTok. Thank you. Keto lemon blueberry bars. They're in the group from August. You can go search them. I'm going to make those because those have been such a winner chicken dinner. Like, I'm telling you what, it's probably one of the best recipes to make and to bring places for yourself for the holidays, so that you know that there's a treat there that you can choose for yourself. It's a lemon blueberry cheesecake bar. And it was from the blog, All Day I Dream About Food. And it's really good. And I think the actual name of it, so that if you go to search it, you don't like wonder what I'm talking about. I think she calls it the lemon blueberry butter cake, I think is what she calls it. But they really do just turn out like bars. And it's phenomenal. I'm going to make a pan of that today so that I have those ready to go for tomorrow. So there you go. It is so good. It's like so amazing. So anyway, all right. You guys have such a blessed day. And if you need anything at all, again, just reach out to me. If you need the trio in a cart, if you need the gut reset protocol, if you need both, a lot of you ask for both. I'd be more than happy to get those for you so that you can move into your November, December completely different. The countdown is on, man. Thanksgiving is like, it's here. Like, Thanksgiving is like right there. It's right around the corner. So don't blink. All right. Have a super blessed day, you guys. You're amazing as always. And then let your weekend just be filled with good things. And you too, Wendy, good things with your families and your friends, and enjoy the weather while it's not 20 below. So there you go. Repeat the website to my event. I hope I'm right. Essential Nutrition. You're on Facebook. I can drop the link for you. I'll put the link for you. Okay, I'll go back and see who it is that's asking me that. Hopefully I can see everybody's names when I go back. I'm sure I can. And I'll drop it for you over there. And if you need it, somebody else, just find either my inbox for Instagram or find my messenger on Facebook and say, hey, I want the link to that one group you were talking about. Okay. And then I'll go live in there tomorrow and you can see Christmas ideas. Okay. Will I have it on here tomorrow? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I'm doing it on my socials like this. I think I'm going to do it inside that group is what I'm going to do. I'm pretty sure because this is a setup. What I do here every day from 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, this is an actual setup. Like I have 3 different devices going. And so tomorrow I'll just have my phone. So I'll be a little limited. So there you go. All right. Have a good day. And I'll go drop that link for you right now. You can see my cat, Lisa. I know.